What up, Nick?
What's up, Marty? Happy 5th of July.
Yes, but the people that are watching this right now, it's irrelevant. It's in the past.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's
So,
irrelevant to us because it's in the past as well. How was your 4th of
mhm.
July? What did you do?
I did a barbecue with Impossible Burgers.
Oh, that's not fucking typical. Wait, so are you a vegetarian now? Or are you eating meat? What's going on here?
No, I only eat picanha
So why'd you do it with Impossible Burgers?
because you don't make burgers with picanha. What do you mean?
You could? What you mean? You've never had a picanha burger?
No, that's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, anything's a thing. Fucking make a burger out of dog meat.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that. But
Like,
usually when people do burgers, they do it with patties, beef patties, that is.
right. But I
So I
mean,
did it with an impossible patty.
beef patties are grounded up meat, right? So you could ground up picanha meat and make a burger, like a
That
patty.
would be good. Yeah. But I think that would be wasting a picanha.
Yeah, I feel you. Nice. I mean, did you have to make a burger? I would just have made barbecue.
Bro, it's 4th of July, dog.
So you have to make a burger. Did you eat hot dogs then? Because that's what the fuck it's really about, eating hot dogs. Apparently they have
No,
like a
it's
hot
about
dog eating
burgers.
contest. It's not just about burgers. They have a hot dog eating contest every year. Some guy ate, I think, a record 74 hot dogs in like
Jesus Christ.
a minute or some shit like that. Did you ever
That's
see those
insane.
competitions?
Yeah, it's really disgusting to watch.
Absolutely disgusting. Like they have a bowl of water, they dump their bread and hot dog in there so it can
Mm,
go down their throat easier. They just love throwing those sausages down their throat, don't they? Fucking
yeah,
74 sausages down the pipe hole. Jesus.
in
That
one minute.
guy must be great at giving head.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. What the fuck?
Well, my mind goes there.
Well, anyways, 4th of July, you're supposed to do an American barbecue because it's 4th of July. You're not, that's why we didn't do a Brazilian barbecue with picanha because it's 4th of July.
Oh, I had Chinese food yesterday.
Oh, God, you're breaking the tradition here, dude. That's not what's
Never.
supposed to happen.
I'm just kidding. I had lemonade, which I mean most people in the United States don't know what that is because I think they only have that chain out here in California.
In and out?
No, lemonade.
Oh, the place called Lemonade. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely
That place is
amazing.
good. I kind of miss it.
Yeah, I overdid
Yeah.
it when I used to visit here because I used to
Yeah.
come visit
You
LA
always
and
overdo things, though.
I just have
Always.
that type
That's
of
your
personality,
personality.
man. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I guess I overdid weed for the longest, and now I stopped smoking.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about that now since
Now we could talk
I
about it.
saw your video.
Now
You
we
want
can
to
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it now?
Now we can talk about it, man.
As
You
I'm
know,
drinking whiskey here.
as you're drinking whiskey, maybe you'll one day make a video why I stopped drinking, and then start it again after a week because I couldn't handle stop drinking.
All right. So, what is the main reason why you stopped?
There isn't one main reason. There's a
Yeah, but I'm
combination of
asking you, what
reasons,
is the main reason? Like
and
the
I'm
number
telling you.
one on the top of the list. I know you have a list of things, but what is the number one? Like, what is the one that you look for first?
um, I think there's two. If I'm gonna give you that, I can't give you one.
No. Why can't you just answer the freaking question?
I'm trying to, but you're not allowing me to.
Yeah, but you want to answer two. I just
Yeah.
said one.
No, like I can't just pick one titty. I want both titties. You know, you can't make one
Oh,
titty
okay.
feel some type of way, and the other, you got to pick both titties.
That's fair. All right, go ahead.
I would say health, long-term health, because smoking, you're building up a lot of resin in your lungs, whether you like to admit it or not. Smoking isn't the healthiest thing, and that's coming from a smoke. I've been smoking for over a decade, so that's just
Over
what it
a
is.
decade?
Over a decade. Yeah, over a decade. Over constantly, I would say about 8 years. But over a decade. Like I started when I first ever smoked, I was 16 years old. So
Yeah, but you weren't like doing it constantly, right?
no. When I was 16, no. I started doing it constantly after high school, which I was 18, maybe 19 years old. That's when I constantly started doing it.
Was that when I met you? Because when I first met you, you weren't smoking like that.
No, no.
You only started like later on.
Yeah, when we met, I don't think I was smoking like that either. I think it was a little bit after.
Yeah,
Um,
me and the homies almost, wanted to do an intervention for you because it was out of hand.
I mean, but we have a good amount of friends that smoke all the time
Yeah, I know. That's why we didn't. But if we didn't
because
smoke,
they were too high.
exactly.
I mean,
So,
and besides health, I just felt like weed was hindering my growth. I feel like
like
I
you wouldn't grow
plateaued.
anymore. I think you're pretty tall enough. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, I guess so. No, I just feel like, as a person, as a creator, I would be wasting a lot of time smoking as opposed to um, actually getting things done. And I feel like it was kind of hindering me in that sense. So I felt like I
damn.
needed to stop. Plus, like I said, I've been smoking constantly every day
Yeah,
for the past 7 years. So
yeah. You
I
lived with me
needed,
for like 3 months, and every single time you woke up, you went straight for the bong. It was pretty impressive.
no, I would wake up and run, then I would go for the bong.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. That's one thing I can't do. I can't smoke and then go on a run. Or else, if I smoke, I'm not going to work out for the most part.
Yeah, but you've smoked before going to the gym.
I've done it before, but it's not something that I would constantly do ever. If I would do it, it
Mm,
would be a one off thing.
I
It
see.
wouldn't be a constant thing. But I mean, regardless, I would still smoke right after I worked out. Like I would go to the
Right.
gym. That would be my sober 2, 3 hours of the day. And then I would go and smoke. And it's funny because actually talking to people, a lot of people around us, like a lot of creative individuals that I film with, they had no idea that I was smoking all the time. I was actually, I spent 4th of July at the beach with my friends, and one of my friend, Bruna, I was telling her that every single time that I've seen her, you know, over a month ago, because I stopped smoking, it's been over a month. It's been like a month and a week.
Yeah.
And before that, every time that I saw her, I was high. And she was completely surprised. Just like a lot of
Wow.
people. A lot of people are completely surprised. They're like, "No way, you're high." I'm like, "Yeah, I was high. I was smoking. I smoked right before I came to see you." And I
But
mean,
are
that's
you
another thing.
different?
Um, I think
Like,
I'm
did
more
she notice that
focused.
you were acting different
No,
since she
no,
never
she
seen you
didn't.
sober?
She didn't, but that's because I knew how to handle myself off weed. I
Yeah.
would smoke so much. I was a constant smoker that it wouldn't have that effect that it would have when I first started smoking. We like when we were younger, we used to smoke, and you saw how absolutely stupid I would get and reckless and just either say dumb stuff or act like a complete
Yeah.
idiot or just laugh at absolutely
And
nothing.
nothing. Yeah. So
But
what's the main reason why you did all those years?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed weed. It was a fun thing. It kind of lost its fun over time. You
Yeah. I
know,
mean, because you can't really get high if you're always high.
that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't really have that feeling anymore of being high. It was just like me chasing that same high that I had in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's been one hell of a journey. I've definitely had some light withdrawal symptoms, like
Like you're sweating at night and shit, like
yeah,
scratching your
definitely.
chest.
No, definitely not scratching my chest, but I definitely have had cold sweats, like a decent amount of cold sweats at night. I'd wake up multiple times. It would be hard to sleep. And when I did fall asleep, I'd wake up multiple times throughout the night in cold sweats. Whether the house is freezing cold or blazing hot, I would still be sweating. Irritation levels went through the freaking roof. I started telling myself, it's out of my control. It's out of my control. Sometimes in a situation, even now, I just tell myself it's out of my control. It's out of my control because a lot of things are out of my control. Like if I'm in traffic and I'm catching every single red light, I start getting irritated, you know?
And
And
before
I
it
just
wasn't
don't.
like that.
I mean, it was like that, but I would be high and it brings down my irritation levels. I wouldn't necessarily think about it. I
Yeah.
would still get irritated, but in a different way. Now it's starting to go down a little bit, but when I first stopped smoking, any little thing would get me irritated. So
Really.
I'm just trying to get better, trying to be the best version that Nick can be, best version of myself, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't honestly regret that I smoked all these years. I'm glad that I went through this journey and that I learned that it's not something that I want to continue to pursue.
Wow.
You
That's
know?
very interesting, Nick.
Yeah.
Never thought I would hear that from you, honestly.
Right. I mean,
I thought
I
you would be a
remember,
lifetime smoker.
and I would say that. I would say that all the time. I would say that I would smoke even when I had children, and I would probably hide it from them until they got old enough and realized that their dad smoked weed. You know, it was
You wouldn't
something
be
that
like
I was.
Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like teaching his kid what weed is?
No, I just don't think he cares. He just smokes like in front
No,
of his
yeah, he
kid.
doesn't. He doesn't. And I mean, I feel like if you're gonna smoke, it should be something that you should teach your child. But at the same
How to
time, it's
smoke?
like not how to smoke, but like what it is. You know, it's like a cigarette in a sense.
Yeah, but you don't think that a kid looking at their dad smoking would make them want to smoke? Oh, daddy does it, so I want to do it too.
Sure, 100%, 100%. Because I mean, your kid is gonna follow what you do, not what you say. You know what I mean?
So what was your plan to prevent that?
I mean, I didn't really think too far into it. I just knew that in the beginning I would hide it from them, and then eventually I would sit them down and explain what weed is, what marijuana is, you know, and how it's not the healthiest thing, but hey, your dad is basically addicted to it. Luckily, I won't have this conversation in the future. I'm not going to say that I'm never going to smoke again, but I don't plan on smoking in the future, like anytime in the near future.
Right.
It's not really in my plans. I feel like one day maybe I might be able to know how to enjoy it and smoke once every couple of months for celebratory reasons. But as of right now, I don't trust myself to do that. So maybe I need to go a year, a couple years, whatever amount of time until I feel like I can do that.
Because you have an addictive personality.
Sure.
Right?
But I mean, don't we all? You saying you don't?
Do I?
You drink alcohol all the time. You like coffee all the time. There's a lot of things. There's things that we like that we just get addicted to.
Yeah, but I can control myself.
Shut the fuck up. You sound like a crack addict.
No, but going back to weed, bro, I ran out and I had to edit a vlog and it was very difficult. Like, really fucking difficult.
See, I feel like we put that in our own mind, and that makes it harder to give up certain things. You know, like if you stop smoking, if you stop drinking coffee, you're gonna have withdrawals. That's just what it is because our bodies are so used to these things, especially if you're using it on a daily basis. But we make excuses for ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I still got it done, but it was definitely more difficult. Like, my patience wasn't there doing, like, the rough cuts, doing the
for sure.
beginning phases. So, like, sometimes weed would help me with that because
Right.
I can just knock it through and, like, be inspired. And, like, as I'm cutting it, I'm already thinking of what I'm doing and shit. But when I'm sober, I'm like, it just feels like, work. Which is obvious. It is work. But it just feels like I'm not having a good time,
No, yeah, weed definitely gives you, in a sense, that patience, the ability to sit down in front of something and do it. I mean, we kind of trained our body to do that because in the beginning when we used to smoke, it wasn't like that. We would smoke to have a good time, to have fun, to kind of, in a sense, forget about the current problems or current situations that we live in.
Right. But instead of like doing it for pleasure, I kind of like over the years, I kind of made it more so I can be more creative in a sense.
Right.
Do you believe that it does make you more creative?
I feel like at one point it did, in the beginning, but when I started becoming a daily user, doing it 3, 4, 5 times a day, it kind of
Mm-hmm.
lost that shine, that creative spark, you know?
Yeah.
It would just be me high all the time, smoking all the friggin' time.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing, because when you're always high, then you really can't really utilize it, because when I do it, it's like to do a specific task. Like nowadays, maybe when I was with you, it would be more for pleasure, but nowadays I'll do it just to get something done, you know?
Right.
And I don't know, for me, it definitely helps me have a different perspective on things. It helps me even like stay more productive at times. Sometimes I fucking do random cleanings and shit, or I get some ideas for vlog. Even if I watch something, like I would like get so many ideas on how I can incorporate that like to my own work.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. And when I'm sober, I'm just kind of like whatever, like I'm not really trying to think of outside the box. I don't know.
Well,
It's
that's
really hard to explain
no,
for
I
those
get it,
people
but
who've never been high.
I get it, but that's because you didn't train and discipline your mind to do that. It's
Yeah.
like if you don't like to read, if you sit down and you start reading once a day and you literally discipline yourself to read for 20 minutes a day, every day for the next month or two, it's going to become a habit, and then your mind is going to start working in that sense, like, oh, I got to read. Just like creativity, if you sit down and write something, could be whatever, every day, eventually your mind is going to be put into that spinning wheel that you're just going to think of new ideas.
Right.
But a weed is kind of like a cheat code for that.
Yeah. It
But
really
again,
is.
I was abusing it and it didn't do absolutely nothing for me. Like it
Mm.
did. It kept me calm, I would say. And it gave me a light buzz, but it was never that same high anymore. I was definitely addicted to it, doing it all the time.
How
And
does like how
coughing,
does Oh, go ahead.
just coughing and wheezing while I work out, that's one of the huge things. One of the huge benefits of me stopping is that I don't do that anymore. I wouldn't say that I'm working out. My workouts have, well, yeah, my workouts have gotten more intense, but my run time per se didn't drastically change. It's about the same. I run a mile in about 7:45, 7:30,
Right.
but I don't cough and wheeze like I used to all the time.
Mm-hmm. Right. I wonder how much like how Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg feels. Like how is it like for them? Like do they even get high anymore?
It's not that same high. It can't be that same high.
Yeah, but why do they still keep doing it if they're not getting that high?
It's a habit, bro. It's an addiction. It becomes a habit. Like any little thing that I would do, there's like certain things, like right before I go to sleep, I would smoke. So it became a habit that for me to go to sleep, I would need to smoke. Oh, that's actually another huge thing. I've been
See, that's
having,
that's the one thing I didn't like doing, because to me it was just like wasting the high.
really?
Yeah. Fuck
I
yeah.
guess. I
I'd
guess.
rather
I can see that.
utilize that high for something, even if I'm consuming something.
Right. Yeah, I know that um ever since I stopped smoking, my dreams have gotten so vivid because
Mm.
I would rarely have dreams. I would have dreams
Plus, you
once
remember
every.
them more,
Oh my
right?
God. I wake up confused almost every morning. Like,
Mm.
did that really happen? I've been
Right.
having the craziest dreams, bro. Like the other night I had a dream that I was in Brazil with some friends and for some reason we were staying at a hotel in the middle of a favela and we ended up getting robbed and I had to shoot somebody to save everybody. It was crazy. And I
Damn, I
felt
thought you
like
were
I
gonna
woke
express
up.
some good dreams, not some
No,
fucking nightmares.
I've only been having nightmares.
Really?
Yeah, I can't recall the last time that I had like a good dream. Only been having
Man, maybe you should go
nightmares.
back to smoking weed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've literally only been having bad dreams and like dreams that rattle me up and put me in certain type of situations. Like there's always something out to get me in my dreams.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
You never have like just random normal dreams?
No. No. But there's like a lot of dreams that I have that feels like it's my life right now, and then like certain things happen. Like the other day, like I always go to Whole Foods. I shop at Whole Foods, and the other day I had a dream that I went shopping at Whole Foods, and as I was parking my car, I accidentally hit this lady. Like I hit her car, and I was like, oh man, it was like a little scratch in her car. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I don't think we need to get our insurance involved, but what can I do? Like, she was like, oh, send me $100 and we're good. And I was like, all right, cool. What's your Venmo? And then she gave me her Venmo, and I walked away with her Venmo, and I forgot to pay her. A couple of days later, I know my dreams have fucking days in it. A couple of days later, I come back to Whole Foods, and I saw that same lady, and I was like, I apologized immediately. I was like, I'm so sorry, I forgot to send it to you. I got distracted. What was the amount that you told me to send to you again? And she was like, oh, it was $9,000. And then I looked at her. Yeah, I looked at her. I was like, suck my dick, and I just walked away.
Damn.
But then some crazy
that's not
shit
really
happened.
A nightmare.
No. Crazy shit happened in Whole Foods. Like there was fucking people chasing me. Not shootings, but there's just people chasing me for no fucking reason. Like I never understand why.
Damn, bro. Maybe subconsciously you're running away from something.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What are you running away from, Nick?
I don't know. I guess my past demons.
Really?
Yeah. Stop smoking has definitely been very beneficial to me, though. Like as far as productivity.
Like it.
I mean, it's just been my dreams. My dreams have been absolutely insane. But besides that, everything has been great. I mean, I didn't really stop smoking for the financial reasons, but I would be spending $250 every 2 weeks. That equates to $500 a month, $6,000 a year. So, hey, that's an extra $6K in my pocket. So with that, I'm pretty certain I spent over 20 grand in my lifetime on weed.
Wow. What would you do with 20 grand right now?
Put it in my savings.
It all back.
Put it in my savings to get a down payment on a property. What? What do you want me to do? Fucking
Inflation,
buy BSV?
Shut up. Don't talk about that.
Why?
Because you're making fun of me for it, bitch.
I'm not making fun of you for it, but fuck. I mean, like, it's great to buy cryptocurrency, but at the same time, you got to have other investments. You got to diversify the portfolio. I want to fucking get a property. Yeah, but you're not investing.
You're just putting in a bank and leaving it there.
Well, I mean, it's saving up so I could put a down payment on a property. So I think that's investing. I can't just fucking go to a house and put $500.
Well, you could put a down payment of $20K.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're saying you would put it in a bank.
Well, I mean, depending on the property, I would want to put down 20%, 20 to 30%, so you wouldn't have to pay certain thresholds of property tax and things like that. And $20K,
the mortgage insurance, you're saying?
Yeah, $20K, 20%. That's $100,000 property. Most likely nowadays, you're not going to find a $100,000 property,
unless you're in fucking Arkansas or something.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. But
well, good for you, man. I'm glad that you have control, at least, you know? I'm
yeah,
glad you're not one of those friends that let that thing take over their life, you know? Because I'm sure a lot of people have friends that got carried away with drugs and whatever their addiction is.
I mean, I did. I mean, luckily I was always, responsible enough to pay my bills and have money for other things and, live the life that I want to live. But at the same time, I got carried away, bro. Like, I was smoking all the fucking time.
Yeah.
All the time.
At least it wasn't meth.
Sure. 100%. Like, it's more detrimental, but an addiction is an addiction, bro. Like, even if you're addicted to, like, pornography or something like that, you could let that consume you. Or even being
addicted. You're still addicted, right?
No. Thank God. It's been years.
It's been years?
It's been years.
Nice.
But, no, weed has definitely... Like I said, I'm glad I went through the journey because I learned a lot about myself, and I know the type of person that I want to be and don't want to be. And smoking every day is not something that I want to I don't have anything against smoking. Like if you smoke, I've been around people that smoke even after I stopped smoking. Doesn't influence me at all. But
Really?
that's just what it is. And to the people, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I actually dropped my first YouTube video about my journey throughout weed. So check that out. It's on my YouTube page, Nick Giassi.
So
I
are you
actually
gonna
opened up.
be consistent with YouTube now?
Yes, I am. And I actually opened up a second channel because I was taking your advice and just watching a lot of other things on YouTube as well. I don't want to be mixing my comedy with more serious things. So I want to have one channel dedicated to videos that I could put out like that and teaching videos along with filmmaking and stuff like that. And then I want to have another channel dedicated more to comedy, vlogs, and things like that. You know?
Mm. Yeah, I see a lot of people uploading YouTube Shorts now.
Yeah. I'm definitely
And
going to be uploading a lot of shorts.
That's becoming the new wave, I think, for
Yeah.
creators.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dropping a video on each channel every week. That's the plan.
Nice.
It's a little bit difficult though because I already just this week I have to edit a video for the channel, not the one that I just opened up for shorts, but the channel that I just dropped the addiction video. I have to edit a new video for that. And I already have a video for the shorts, but I also have a sketch that I'm also dropping that I got to edit for IG. So 33 videos, plus we're going on vacation, so it doesn't make it any easier. We're leaving on Thursday and we're coming back on Sunday, Monday.
So you think you're gonna be able to keep up with the schedule?
I'm going to try my fucking hardest. I'm now that I've started, even though you fucking made fun of me because I started this week, I started writing everything down on a notebook. So I bought a notebook and I've been writing everything physically down on that notebook as opposed to using my phone, because using my phone, I would easily get distracted because of social media, text messages, emails, whatever. But now that I have a notebook, I've been so much more productive.
Yeah. You know what I want to try?
Meth.
Maybe for a vlog, I could do this. Like wake up at 5 in the morning every single day, but for like just a week, and
Nah,
see
fuck
like
that. You're
how
gonna
much
do that
more
shit for a
productive.
month. Not a week.
No,
Do
bro.
that shit for a
I'm
month.
talking about just for a vlog, bro. I'm not trying to do this shit for like a month. If I like it, I'll keep doing it, but I just want to do it for a video and like see how much more productive I can be if I wake up that early in a day.
You're gonna be a
Because
lot
I mean,
more
if you look
productive.
at, huh?
You'll be a lot more productive. But I mean, it also depends what you do within the hours. I'm a big believer in it's not necessarily the time that you wake up, but what you do with those hours that you're awake. But if you're able to be productive in the morning, then more power to you. My thing is, if I would be waking up that early, it would be to work out. Because once I work out, like it sucks in the beginning, but when you're done with your workout, you feel so fucking accomplished and ready to tackle your day, and you're awake and alert.
Do you feel like you could do it or no?
I think if I put my mind to it, I definitely can.
Because you suck at waking up.
I do. I've been getting up at like 9, 8 a lot of times. And it's funny because when I put my body to wake up at that time, even like last week I was waking up at 8. And
Really?
then I switched it to 9, but my body would naturally start waking up at like 8:20, 8:30, you know?
Damn. No alarm clock.
No alarm clock.
Wow. That's very surprising. You're a changed man. Look at you.
I'm trying, man.
5 years ago, you're a completely different Nick.
Shit, I'm 28 years old, bro. By the time I'm 30, I want to be very successful.
You're gonna start wearing suits everywhere you go too?
No, but I mean, once the money comes in, best believe I'm gonna buy me some nice, expensive suits.
And you're just gonna wear it for no reason?
No, only to do specific things. But I mean, I have some nice suits, but there's no real reason for me to wear it.
Well, I could see that. I could see you wearing a suit like almost every day, just because you're a changed man. Changed man.
That's what my father does. I remember, I'll
Really?
never forget this. When I was 13 years old, I was in Brazil, basically out in the streets playing soccer with my cousins. And then my dad picked me up in his truck. My dad wears suits every single day, suits and a suspender. My dad is known for wearing a suspender. And he told me that I'm not a real man because I wear shorts and I had an earring. He says real men wear suits every day. Which, I mean,
And that's where the real men skits got inspired from.
that's definitely one of the big inspirations. But I get his message. He just didn't have the right way of approaching his message. But I understand his message. Like if you look the part, eventually you're going to be able to play that part, even if you don't have the ability to play it now.
Fake it till you make it.
Basically, it's a big thing,
So
bro.
you're gonna start wearing suits soon, then, huh?
I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I just
can
know
see
that I
it,
gotta be.
bro.
I gotta
I
be
can see it
constant.
because I already predicted that you're gonna stop smoking weed too. I didn't talk to anybody, but in my head, I kind of knew it. I kind of did.
You're that guy that's like you're just quiet about shit, and then like when the fucking economy drops, you're like, yeah, I knew this was gonna
Yeah, I
happen.
knew it all the. No, I had a like thoughts though. I definitely had thoughts like, what if Nick stopped smoking weed? I just had that thought. I never talked about it, but I just had that like, I could see him because you're a very cold turkey person. Like if you decide to do something, you're gonna do it. Like as far as cutting something off, because you've done that for like eating meat and stuff and
Right.
exercise and anything like drinking, whatever. Like you've always been able to cut cold turkey. So I thought about that before. Like, what if he decides to quit weed all of a sudden? But it
Yeah.
wasn't something that I predicted you were gonna do. It's just something that I thought about.
You thought,
thought
yeah.
about it before.
Yeah, I am very much a cold turkey person, but I just need to make up my mind on it, you know?
Yeah,
And with weed, it just took me a
and
long
you're very
time to make up
stubborn,
my mind.
so it's kind of
Very
hard to
stubborn.
make up your mind.
Yeah,
You should
very
be a
stubborn.
Taurus.
I guess I should, huh? Nobody could influence me, bro. Like, it don't matter what anybody says about weed. Like,
Yeah.
I need to make up my own mind. And but I feel like, especially with negative things like drugs, alcohol, all that stuff, a lot of people are like that. Doesn't matter how much people tell you, like, oh, fucking don't do cocaine. Like, you're not gonna stop until you want to stop.
Yeah,
Or something dramatic happens in your life.
that's true.
You know.
That is true. Hey, did you see the port of hell that happened this past? Was it this past week?
Oh, that thing in the Gulf of Mexico? Yeah. That looked crazy. That looked like out of a movie.
Yeah, that should look nuts. Insane.
Water caught on fire. I was like,
How the
what?
fuck? How the fuck?
I mean, it's just natural gases underneath the earth just getting freaking. It's almost like lava coming out
Wait,
of the
that's
freaking
not
earth.
natural. I thought that was because of oil.
Well, it's oil and natural gases. But it comes from
Is
the
that
earth.
what created that?
Yeah, it comes from the earth. Comes
So
from
it's
the
like
bottom
a
of the earth.
volcano?
Yeah, in a sense.
Damn,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
shit is
shit
crazy.
look terrifying.
Yeah, it's not. I don't even get how shit like that happens. But bro, our ocean is so polluted with things. Humans like destroy everything. It sucks. Like, did you see that study where every fish has a certain percentage of microplastics?
Mercury? Oh. Yeah, I heard that before.
It's crazy. I actually saw this meme that was like this lady handing like a fish. It was like some woman buying fish at the market, and then the lady handing the fish over was like, here you go, and the lady buying it was like, oh, can I have a plastic bag? And the lady handing the fish was like, already inside.
That's fucked.
Yeah, bro.
Makes me not want to
Unfortunately,
eat fish.
it's crazy. Yeah, that'll never fucking happen. That's one thing that'll never happen for you. I can't see you stop eating salmon.
Oh man, it's so good. I don't understand how I can't get tired of it. I really can't.
Hey, maybe one day you're just gonna have that same feeling that I had towards weed, and you're like, fuck it.
Maybe. Yeah, I could see that.
Because I mean, unfortunately, it's not the healthiest thing. I mean, but neither is. I'm not an advocate for being vegetarian or vegan. I think, especially men. It's funny because I was vegetarian for 2 years, and majority of those 2 years I was basically vegan. Um, but I just think that, especially with the soy that we have, all
Hmm.
that GMO soy, is just so unhealthy for men and building like
Yeah.
testosterone and all that stuff, you know? I just don't
Right.
think we should be consuming the crazy amounts of meats that we're eating, you know? Like I don't think eating meat every day is the answer.
Mm.
And just in the way that we're doing things, like the meat is super dirty, you know? So you have to be able to buy good quality meat, and that's not everybody can do that.
You ever heard of the Lone Star tick?
No.
It's a type of tick,
Mhm.
and if it bites you, you can actually become allergic to red meat.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Where
Pretty
the fuck did you
interesting.
hear about that?
Look it up. Look it up. It's an actual thing. There's a
Is it in
tick that if it
Texas?
bites you. No, it's actually up here in the East Coast.
Oh shit. Yo, the East
Yeah.
Coast has some crazy stuff. Like there's a lot of Lyme disease out there.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I found like two times already. I found ticks like after I go on a fucking hike, bro.
On you?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you better be careful. You get bit with one of those fuckers, you might catch Lyme
Yeah.
disease.
No, but usually when we go hiking or whatever, we come home and we take off our clothes like and go straight to the shower. Like because we don't even touch the bed, well, not like the sofa, nothing, you know? And I always check my body every time just in
That's
case.
sketch.
Yeah. But going back to the tick, I could totally see that being weaponized,
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
these people that Bill Gates,
I was
who
about to
owns
say that.
majority of Impossible and beyond.
Mm-hmm. And I think Bill Gates is just trying to make men less manly, less masculine with all these things.
Mm.
Did you just see the Olympian? I forgot what country she's from. I don't know if it's New Zealand or something like that, or Switzerland, where it's a trans woman and she's going to the Olympics for weightlifting.
She's gonna beat everybody.
That's what I think. I think that's totally unfair. I'm all for you being yourself. You want to be trans, do your thing. But now if what you're doing is affecting other people, I think that becomes an issue because it's not fair for biological women.
Didn't you say there was a UFC fighter that was a? Oh, I shouldn't say that, right? I should say trans. I don't know what the right term is.
Yeah, I think is an offensive word.
I'll just censor that then. Didn't you say that there was a person like that fighting in the UFC and beating the shit out of women?
Not UFC. I think it was just mixed martial arts in general, MMA.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there was a trans woman fighting against biological women, and the trans woman would beat the living shit. Like she shattered the biological woman's jaw. That's totally unfair.
God,
That's totally unfair. That's the thing. That's the repercussions people don't
that's
understand.
abuse.
That's abuse. And like the thing is to me is like discrimination, right? Like people are saying, "Oh, you're discriminating against trans women or trans men, whatever." But I think discrimination in some senses are good things. Like when there's you don't see me trying to compete against like high schoolers in basketball. I would fucking destroy them because I got a man's body. You know what I mean? There's a discrimination against adults in high school sports because you have to be in high school. That's a good type of discrimination. You know, like I said, I'm all for if trans women and trans men want to compete in the Olympics, you can do that. Just have another Olympics. Like you know how there's the I forgot what it's called,
Special
the
Olympics.
yeah, the Special Olympics. Why aren't people fucking out here complaining like, oh, why can't they compete in the regular Olympics?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I think we're allowing too many things and people don't realize the repercussions until it's too late. You
Yeah.
know?
Usually the left wing people.
I don't even want to put a label left wing, right wing. I just think people in general, like, and it becomes a thing where people, they don't want to be scrutinized for their opinions. You know, like, have an opinion, stand up and say what you believe in. Don't just keep quiet. Because now I think the people like me or you, for example, that I'm saying, like, no, I don't think a trans woman should compete in the Olympics against biological women. Now they're trying to suppress what you think, like, oh, you're a fucking transphobic. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's just an opinion that I have. I'm all for, if you want to be trans, be trans. 100%. Like, there's nobody out here to stop you. Like, I believe they could get married. I believe they should be able to adopt children and all these things, but not there's certain things that just you can't do, bro. Like, what? I'm gonna consider myself or identify myself as a cyclist while riding a motorcycle and fucking compete in the Olympics and beat the shit out of all the cyclists? You see what I'm saying? That's stupid. It's stupid, bro. People don't realize their own logics, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets very complicated though.
It gets very complicated. Very, very complicated.
I
And
really
like
wonder like what's gonna happen in the future.
like it
Like
if they're
if you sorry, I just wanted to give a little scenario for
Mhm.
you. If you woke up 100 years from now, do you expect to see paradise or some type of post-apocalypse world?
definitely not paradise. I mean, I don't think we ever lived in paradise, honestly. You know, there's always been some form of wars breaking out or, you know, people trying to rule over other people. And I think just the human being race, we're almost doomed because especially nowadays we're so divided. You know, there's so much hatred. Like, I want to be able to have these conversations with trans people, and like I said, I like talking about these things because the counter argument is either going to strengthen my argument or it's going to completely dilute it and make me realize, like, oh shit, maybe I'm wrong. You know, we're all humans, bro. We all have opinions.
Yeah, but not everybody's like that. Like open-minded.
Sure,
Some
I
people
understand.
have opinions and are completely entitled to it.
Right. And I mean, with certain things, I feel that way. Like, for the whole thing that we're talking about the Olympics and stuff like that, I'm strongly feel that way, and I highly doubt there's a person that could change my opinion. But I'm open to having these conversations with people with opposing thoughts. You know? And it's funny because everybody, like I said, everybody just wants to seem good in the eyes of the media and the eyes of other people until they personally get affected by something. And now they're quick to say, no, that's not what I like. Why don't you say that from the beginning? You just don't want to get shit for your opinion, you know?
That's true. They don't want to get scrutinized.
Yeah. Like, everybody is scrutinizing Lil Nas X. I think he could do whatever he wants, bro. Whatever he wants. He's a fucking human being. Like, if you don't want your kids to listen to him, don't let your kids listen to him. Like, when I was young, my mom didn't want me listening to rap or certain rock and roll because they were either talking about the devil or they were talking about violence.
Yeah.
You know? And at the end of the day, kids are going to do what they want to do.
But you don't think there's like a fine line? Because like I've been watching like especially YouTubers nowadays. I feel like Danny Duncan, the Nelk Boys, like there's like certain people that literally see no limits to what the fuck they can do sometimes. So like a lot of times they do get in trouble for something, but then they just like cover it with money. You know, they just, even with David, for example, David Dobrik, like he was in a way canceled, but he can't really be canceled because he has a huge fan base, and
that's the thing.
And like any lawsuits that come their way, they're just gonna cover that shit up with money.
Yeah, for sure.
Same with like didn't James Franco like settle something like some sexual allegations, and then
Yeah,
he just
there's
settled
something. I
for
know
like
there's
2 million
something.
bucks, and now he's good. Like, or like Bill Cosby just got out of jail, like
Right.
he just got free.
Right. No,
Like,
yeah.
do
I
you
mean,
think that like this is gonna be a problem in the future? Because I mean, I feel like it's already turning into a problem.
I think cancel culture has been around for the past 5 years or so, and I think
But what
it
my what I'm saying is that I feel like the cancel culture doesn't really apply to certain people because they cannot get canceled. If there's an audience there wanting to see their shit.
yeah,
Even when
yeah,
R. Kelly came out with that documentary, or when they came out with that documentary exposing R. Kelly, he made more money off of streaming
yeah,
because he was getting talked about more.
yeah. Yeah, once you build I think that's the key in everything. Once you build an audience, you can't get canceled. But doesn't mean that they're not wrong or right. Like the whole Bill Cosby thing. Personally, if there's 60 allegations, you did something fucking wrong. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he
It
even
can't just
admitted
be a
to slipping.
coincidence.
Right, right. Like if there's like 3 allegations or whatever, maybe it could be a coincidence. But 60, and I think he even admitted to slipping things into girls' drinks. Bro, that's some dirty shit, and you should be in jail. And I think the reason that he got out is because of a loophole that his
Mm.
lawyers found.
And he
But
can't get
no,
trialed again, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too informed about that whole situation. But like with David Dobrik, for example, I understand that he almost built like a somewhat of a toxic community per se, and people would say, "Oh, you have so much power; it's hard to say no to you." But at the same time, it's like, say fucking no, bro. If I was with David Dobrik and he was like, "Yo, I want you to kiss my boy so we can do this vlog," I'm gonna be like, "No, I'm not comfortable with that." People, I hate when people are scared to speak up their mind at the time, and then later on they think about it and they're like, "Oh, but that made me uncomfortable." Shut the fuck up. You shouldn't have said. You should have said that shit like at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't try to now scrutinize the person and try to get money or try to cancel them because you didn't have the balls and the guts to stand up for yourself at the time. You
Mm-hmm.
know? And I mean, I get it, bro. Like there's situations that are in that fine line, you know? When it comes to rape and stuff like that, that's a very sensitive thing. That's something different. But when it comes to somebody influencing you to do something that you may not like, not sexually, but just whatever, like eating a piece of dog turd, and then later you're like, "Oh man, like I really didn't want to do that and he forced me to do it." He didn't force you. He said do this, and you wanted the clout from it. Now that you got the clout from it, now you're okay to speak up and say something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think there's a little BS, bullshit BS behind all that stuff.
Right. But I mean, even but my point is that there are people like in a way breaking the law at times,
Yeah.
and whenever they do get lawsuits, they just pay that shit off. So in a way, like
Yeah.
the cancel culture doesn't really apply to them.
Yeah. But a
But
lot
like
of these things
my
too.
question is like, is that sustainable? Like, do you think that's gonna be like it's gonna be like that forever, or do you think there's gonna be like a law that's gonna change all that shit?
I mean, there's no law because there's so many different types of allegations, you know?
Right, but I mean, just I don't know, because I feel like what happened to Donald Trump is like the beginning of something.
I
Like
mean,
for him
yeah,
to get canceled in every single platform,
yeah,
that
for
hasn't
sure.
happened to anybody like Bill Cosby, James Franco, or anybody who gets, or even David Dobrik. Like
Right,
David Dobrik still has a YouTube channel. He still has a Instagram account.
right.
But what happened to Trump? That's like completely different. That's like
Yeah, but
really
also
silencing him.
Trump was using these social platforms to spread his thoughts and his agenda in a negative way. Like Twitter, for example. Trump was I have things with Trump and against Trump. I personally think overall he was a good president, but I've said this multiple times. I never agreed with his antics, and just he wasn't well spoken. And he used Twitter just to get reckless and say dumb shit, which I'm like, bro, you're the president. You shouldn't be saying this. You don't represent just yourself. You represent an entire nation. You know what I mean? And I think on Twitter he was saying reckless things. Do I agree with him being censored? Hell to the fuck no. He's still a president of the United States. And if you could censor the president of the United States, you can censor anybody.
But even if he wasn't, do you think that's right to censor him?
No,
like, even
no,
if he was just like an average Joe talking his opinions.
No, because at the end of the day, there's so many people that say all these things, they don't get censored. But I mean, all these companies are private companies. You know, I see both sides, but I definitely don't agree with censorship at all. I think you should not censor people on Twitter, on Facebook, because even going back to the this whole trans thing, I don't know if you, or even the LGBT community, when there's a player that recently came out as gay. He's an active player. He's the first active player that came out as gay in the NFL. And the NFL recently posted a video that, or a post that said, football is gay, football is lesbian. Right? And then there was a TikTok that this kid made about the whole post, that when you go in the comments, all these big teams like the Miami Dolphins, Dallas Cowboys, Las Vegas Raiders, all the NFL teams were commenting like hearts, pride and love is love, things like that. Even Facebook chipped in and said things like that. And they would all get about the same amount of likes, around 800 to 1,000. If you keep scrolling down, you see the legit comments of people like, bro, it's football. You know, like, I'm switching to hockey, fuck football. And they have like 10,000 likes, 15,000 likes, 13,000 likes. So these social platforms.
So people are getting suppressed.
Yes. The people that have opinions, like us, for example, like me speaking my opinion and how I feel about these things, you get suppressed by these social platforms. That's just what it is. But I also think that by getting suppressed, you just grow an audience, because when somebody tries, or these big corporations or companies, they try to suppress you, majority of the times, not always, but majority of the times, you just end up becoming bigger. Look at what's his name?
Alex Jones.
You read my mind. Alex Jones, man. He can't be on fucking YouTube, but I think Alex Jones is bigger than he ever was, because whenever Alex Jones interview comes out on YouTube, people are hopping on that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But at the same time, I feel like he's just a big entertainer. Like, he knows that he's getting attention, and he's getting the views, so he puts up a show.
Yeah. I mean, Alex Jones is who he is. He definitely, you got to take some of his stuff with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
He definitely says a lot of shit. But I mean, that's just what I was trying to prove, where you get suppressed, you end up becoming bigger. I personally think, like Donald Trump, he's going to come back for another term. And I think he will most likely win.
Wow.
You know who I would love to see become the next president? I mean, they won't. I don't think they're going to run. No, fuck no. I don't think that this person is going to run in the next term, but the term after, most likely, the current governor of Florida, DeSantis.
Right.
I would love to see him run. Did you actually see, I sent you an article you sent me an article about Florida getting a travel ban from California.
Yeah.
Over what the new policies that DeSantis came out with, which basically separates and doesn't allow trans women to compete in biological women's sports in high school, which I personally think is right. And California is obviously completely against that. They have a whole different agenda. So now they ban government-funded travels from California to Florida, or vice versa.
Wow.
Politics, man. Politics is crazy. But
does it feel weird
important.
living in an LA, like living in California, like, and having a completely different mentality than the people there?
It doesn't, because I believe so much in what I believe in that I'm okay having conversations with people, expressing my feelings, and having these conversations to either, like I said, weaken or strengthen my arguments. You know, I'm not out here spewing hate. Anything that I say isn't of hate. It's just what I know and what I believe in from my morals, my values, and what I've been taught growing up in Florida. So that's just what I believe in, and I respect everybody, bro. I respect every single person. So I think that that's what matters. That's what it should be. You know, I would never, like if I see somebody get in a car accident, the car's burning up just because the person is trans, I wouldn't stop myself from saving them. Hell no. I wouldn't even think about that. I wouldn't be like, oh, that person's trans, like I'm not gonna save them. Fuck no. It's a human being at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I think the narrative is just pushed where, oh, you're transphobic because you don't like this and that, you know? That it becomes like a hatred thing.
Yeah.
Right. It is what it is, man.
I guess so. I guess so. You want to end it off here?
I guess so. I guess so.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. It really fucking helps, okay? And if you enjoy, if you want to see future episodes, just subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? And follow me on the gram at Marty, and that's Nick right there. Anything else, Nick?
We love you guys. Thank you for listening to us. We appreciate you guys sticking around with us over these years, and we hope to only get better as creators, as human beings, and as the future, because we are the future. Just like when we have children, our children are going to be the future. So we hope to have a good mentality and a good mindset to feed them so that they can grow up and, who knows, maybe be the next president of the United States.
Well said.
Because I sure as fuck can be. I'm an immigrant.
Yeah, so you weren't born here.
Yeah, neither were you.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't want to be president anyways.
I guess so. Deuces, guys.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.